Hello, TECA1303. This is your Module 6 explanation. We're going to be moving on to the topic of child abuse and neglect. This is a really important topic because we need to identify and report and remove children from situations where they are being harmed. This goes over SLO 5, which specifically wants us to look at signs of abuse and neglect and describe ways to work effectively with abused and neglected children and their families. You may be working with children who are in foster care. You may have children who have been adopted that are dealing with the effects of child abuse and neglect. And so it's a really important topic because they really need to have the coping mechanisms in order to deal with the trauma and to replace scripts and behaviors that have been instilled in unhealthy environments. So we're going to be looking at chapter 6, and then you're going to be doing a child abuse fact sheet. So I have some videos here. You're a mandatory reporter anytime you work with children. And so even if you don't know for sure, you just suspect, please call or complete the online reporting form. Different types of abuse, from physical to emotional, mental, sexual, neglect. There's medical neglect. And so there's a second video, but I haven't seen the second one yet, because you got to remember, when children are removed from their home and they're in foster care, you're dealing with a whole nother system. Children dealing with toxic stress and, once again, seeing patterns and behaviors that are not healthy. Here is your chapter 6. And so when we're looking at the textbook, it's protecting and safeguarding our children. And this can also include bullying as well. And so there are the learning outcomes for chapter 6. 10 questions, 2 attempts. Next, you're going to be making a child abuse fact sheet. And it's going to be 1 to 2 pages. And so even if you go into here and type in you are probably going to have a lot of resources that come up so you can see what one looks like. So you can focus on, hold on. So you can get ideas from here, but the goal is for you to focus on one type of abuse or neglect. And what would be the signs? And really, you're looking for behavior that tends to be atypical, either for the age of the child or a quiet child who's now turned loud and rambunctious, or a loud and rambunctious child that's now become quiet. Other signs. So what are going to be the signs for teachers to look for in the classroom, and how are you going to work with kids? And I'm going to add something else, another video about toxic stress and how that impacts, because that's what these children are experiencing. So that takes us through this week. Because it's Thanksgiving, I will let you know this is going to be due next Sunday, the 29th. Now, Module 7 is still going to start on Saturday, so they're going to overlap by 2 days. But for those who are choosing to celebrate the holiday, however you're choosing to celebrate the holiday, you have a break in the middle of this. Once again, you've got your key assessment that's going to be due on the 4th. And you're going to need to find a family that has a child birth to 8 for you to complete this on. And so I'll make a video for this so you guys can see it. And that is your Module 6 explanation.